एक नाले बन्दुक दुई नाले बन्दुक मृगलाई ताकेको रेशम पिरिरी रेशम पिरिरी उडेर जाऊ कि जाडोमा बन्जाऊ रेशम पिरिरी
चाहिँ तर एउटा खतरा पोखरी चाहिँ छेमोलिङको मुनिको बत्किँदै लागेको रहेछ। त्यो चाहिँ एकदम खतरा रहेछ। त्यो बत्कियो भने तल मुनितिर धेरै क्षति हुन सक्छ। राई गाउँहरू निकै बगाउन सक्छ। धेरै मान्छे मर्न पनि सक्छ। त्यहाँको एकदम ठुलो पोखरी रहेछ। त्यो चाहिँ खतरनाक डेन्जर पनि रहेछ।
We're down here at the Hongu River now. The Hongu Valley here has no villages, no roads, no bridges. One of the reasons these glacial lakes in the Hongu Valley are so poorly studied is, number one, they're so remote. It took us about 8 days of trekking and getting acclimated just to get back here. But the second is they're really hard to get to. Once you get here in the valley, you don't just stroll up to the lake. In this case, we found we had to build a bridge across the Hongu just to cross so we could go up to the first lake that we want to study. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 8 masses of overhanging ice that could fall into this lake and create a wave that breaches that terminal moraine right down there, which is very small. We'll go there after this, take a look at it. But it's not much holding this lake in, and one surge could probably begin the process of a flood, a catastrophic flood downstream. Of the 9 lakes that we surveyed last year, this is the lake that we felt was the most dangerous in the entire valley. There are 4 factors that have us concerned. Number 1, it's a very deep lake. You can tell that by the color. Number 2, it's got an active and a calving glacier. Sometimes the masses of ice can calve off, and in the past they have been enough to induce a catastrophic outburst flood. Number 3, the item that is of most concern is the fact that we have these huge masses of ice perched precariously on the north slopes of Chumlung. Now, all it would take, just like the Tamapokuri in the Hinku Valley 10 years ago, would be an earth tremor or gravity or continued warming trends to send one or more of these huge masses of ice plummeting into the lake that would cause the swell that would breach our 4th item of concern, which is the terminal moraine over here to my right, which is very, very small, and it's all that's holding in these millions and millions of cubic meters of water. This lake definitely is a high priority lake. It needs much more study, but I would say that of all the lakes in the Hongu Valley, this is the one that if any are going to burst in the near future, it's going to be this one. This is the one that's really virtually a time bomb. We plan to walk down the entire length of the Hongu River to its confluence with the Dudkosi River, about 100 kilometers south of here. About 40 kilometers downstream, we'll start meeting the first villages and infrastructure. We're just curious to see what would be in the way of a catastrophic glacial lake outburst flood should it happen. Now, this trip has only been attempted 2 times or so in the last 50 or 60 years, and both expeditions got lost and nearly starved to death. Erwin Schneider in 1962, for example, got lost towards the end of his cartographic expedition, and they were forced to eat the leather headbands or tump lines of the Nepali Namlos, just to stay alive before they found their way out. So we have a Rai shepherd as a guide. He's been up here many times with his flocks of sheep over the years. He knows the way, so I think we'll be okay. Nevertheless, we plan on taking a good supply of headbands and belts and leather boots.